You found it. Your home for the best content on your favorite team, the Fighting Tigers of LSU. Do us a favor, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments below, and be sure to smash that like button.
One of my big takeaways so far early in this college football offseason has been that I think nationally people are sleeping on LSU. Now, I know that someone outside of the LSU bubble, the purple and gold ecosystem, is going to hear that and think Sunshine Pump and Homer thinks that nationally everybody's sleeping on LSU. I think if you listen or watch the show, you know that's really not me. I'm kind of the guy that ebbs when other people flows, not just for the sake of being contrarian, but just because I do like to look at things from all ways possible and when possible. And so I try to make sure I'm not being just hyper-focused on the team that I cover every day. But I was struck. We talked to Pete Futak from College Football News, and right out the chute, kind of threw a barb at Brian Kelly. And as he was making his way through his answers about sleeper teams, he mentioned Texas Tech because they went and bought this great roster in the transfer portal. And he mentioned how there's no real teams in college football at the top that are locked in at quarterback. Everyone's got these questions. And then he did circle back and mention all the games that Brian Kelly won. And in my head, I'm going, well, LSU went and bought a great roster out of the portal. LSU has answers at quarterback, and you just lauded a coach that's made 2 playoffs and a BCS championship game. Like, they do check a lot of those boxes. But I think what's happened is most people nationally look at the recent sample and go, well, LSU lost 4 games a year ago. The year before that, they had this incredible offense, still found a way to lose 3 games. Even in Brian Kelly's first year, they had some ups, but they ended up losing in the SEC championship game, losing the bowl game, threw up on themselves against a bad Texas A&M team, which is all true. So I kind of get the naysayers who are looking at the surface level of the recent history. But when you really start to burrow a little, not Joe Burrow, like Burrough, deeper into this LSU team, there's a whole lot to like. And then today, Bill Connolly, who's been great to the show, updated his post SP Plus rankings. He's got LSU 9. And maybe the bigger surprise there is he got Alabama 2. You talk about a coach that doesn't deserve the benefit of the doubt. Terrible quarterback situation. Lost 4 games a year ago. Lost as a double-digit favorite to Vanderbilt, Oklahoma, and to a 6-6 Michigan team. Like, tell me why they deserve the benefit of the doubt. I'm not even screaming Bama is burning. I'm saying take the logo off the helmet and tell me why that team deserves the benefit of the doubt. That they don't. And that's, and my sort of thesis, I'm getting to the point, I promise, but my theory here is that I don't think enough people yet have dug in deep on the college football season for 2025. It's all still very surface level. And although they're coming out of spring, by the time you get to like the Phil Steele magazine release and people really start digging into rosters and returning players and stats and all projections and all that stuff, I think that's when we're going to start to see more people start to come around on LSU and project LSU as a team maybe to elevate. And today, for the first time, I saw a little glimmering light amid the darkness. That flashlight off in the distance. When you're lost at sea and you could see the lighthouse, the light spinning, the first glimpse of it is like, oh, we're close to land. We're 100 days away from LSU and Clemson, and today, Pro Football Focus, remember what I say all the time about Pro Football Focus. It's not the metric, it's a metric, but it's a metric. This is not somebody's opinion, Pro Football Focus. They use data at Pro Football Focus. Again, you can argue the legitimacy of it, and many do, and that's fine, but it is a source that is widely considered and regarded. Well, Pro Football Focus ranked 1 through 10 the top quarterback rooms entering the 2025 college football season. Not quarterbacks, not who's the best quarterback in the country, but the overall quarterback room. Like, who's got the best quarterback room in the country, 1 through 10? And when you know it, number 1 in the country, your Fighting Tigers of LSU. How about it? They mentioned Garrett Nussmeier, threw for the 5th most passing yards in the nation a year ago. Michael Van Buren is the backup, started 8 games a year ago at Mississippi State. They also mentioned Colin Hurley and Juwan Johnson coming back. And if you want to know the legitimacy of a list like this, look at who they have at 2 and 3. Because if you go around the country and ask analysts, hey, who's got the best quarterback room in the country? You know what they're going to say? You're going to hear Texas, Arch Manning. You're going to hear DJ Lagway. You're going to hear, Georgia, Alabama. That's what you're going to hear. Ohio State. Even though you may not know who the starter is or what the depth is, that's just a default. Pro Football Focus had LSU 1. Number 2, SMU. Number 3, Arizona State. Those were both playoff teams a year ago, but you're not going to find many people nationally touting SMU and Arizona State. Oh, by the way, after that is Florida at 4. DJ Lagway entering his true sophomore year, and they've added Louisville transfer Harrison Bailey as well. There's Clemson at 5. Miami of Florida at 6. Penn State with Drew Aller at 7. Auburn at 8. How about Auburn at 8? I mean, they add Jackson Arnold from Oklahoma State. Ashton Daniels, who's been a 2-year starter at Stanford, is the backup. They're saying Auburn's got the 8th best quarterback room in the entire country. There's Alabama at 9 and defending national champ Ohio State at 10. You know who's not on that list? Texas. Arch Manning. All the hype. They do have Texas as an honorable mention, by the way, for whatever that is worth. That, to me, is more legitimate and more validating than anything any analyst says. And not just because they have LSU at the top, but it's more the fact that you have a lot of programs there that if you were just putting together a list of who do you think have the best quarterback rooms in the country, ain't nobody putting Texas at honorable mention. Alabama at 9. Nobody's got SMU and Arizona State 2 and 3. Anybody? Would you start there? Would you have if I said, hey, just go, before I ran through this, I said just go. Best quarterback rooms in the country. How long is it going to take till you get to Arizona State and SMU? Pro Football Focus got them 2 and 3. I think it's important to continue to underscore this. LSU, Garrett Nussmeier returned the leading passer in college football. There's nobody returning in college football that threw for more yards a year ago than Garrett Nussmeier. And LSU, as odd as this is to say and think now, considering what LSU's quarterback history was a decade ago, LSU deserves the benefit of the doubt, don't they? You've produced 2 Heisman winners, and now you've got a guy that's the leading returning passer in college football, returning for his 5th year in school. Oh, and you also went out and loaded up in the transfer portal on receivers and skill guys to complement the dudes you have coming back. So I looked at this and I said, amen, they're not looking at the logo on the helmet. They're looking at the actual competence and ability in the quarterback room, and I think they got it right with LSU at number 1. I tell y'all, man, get in on the over 8.5 while you can, because the more things over the next 6-8 weeks like this that continue to pop up from legitimate outlets that people trust that are touting and hyping LSU, you're going to see that number climb. We could sit here and talk about the schedule all day long as well, which we've done plenty of here in this offseason. You've heard me say it, and you're going to continue to hear me say it more and more and more and more with respect to the schedule. And I understand going on the road to open up against Clemson in a true road game, that's not ideal. But look at your most difficult games. All right, you got to play Florida. Great. You get that at home. You play Louisiana Tech before you play them. You got to go to Ole Miss. True. You play Southeastern Louisiana the week before. You get an FCS team before you got to go to Ole Miss early in the season, by the way, when they're replacing everything from that team they were all in on. You got to play South Carolina, Cool, you get that game at home and you get an open date before it. You got to play at Alabama. Cool. You get an open date before it. You got to play at Oklahoma. Sweet. You get Western Kentucky before you go there. I mean, it actually lays out really nicely for LSU. And the thing, I'm telling you, the thing that is nauseating and will absolutely expose a fraud, and I know I yelled about this all year, and I'll say it again, there's not many people who are going to look at me with any degree of objectivity when talking about Alabama. I get it. I made an ass of myself for an entire year, and I was thrilled I did because I was absolutely balls-on accurate right. From the first moment when Nick Saban announced he retired, and I danced around this studio like a jackass and lost my voice, and every time I dressed up in a friggin' Grim Reaper outfit or put on a smoking jacket and lit a cigar in this studio and yelled about them losing players or losing coaches or anything, I was right all the way along. You don't lose the greatest coach ever and all the talent they lost without regressing. And they did. And they lost 4 games. Lost games they had no business losing on the road at Vanderbilt as a 3-touchdown favorite against Oklahoma to a 6-6 Michigan team. Now you're going to tell me you lose Jalen Milroe, you're going to start Ty Simpson at quarterback? You lose a ton of talent from that team, and you ain't going to miss a beat? Give me a break. Why does Kalen DeBose get a pass for losing inheriting arguably the greatest situation ever? I understand the pressure, but the roster, the stability, the processes, everything in place? He stepped into a gold mine. And he crapped the bed. Why does he get the benefit of the doubt? They're going to learn again this year. I'm going to laugh my ass off him every step of the way this year again. Oh, he's coming back. Might make me an AI song about Bama's burning, too. Drop that little track coming up soon. But go ahead. Keep marrying yourself to the logo. Buy Alabama. Buy Ohio State. That's fine. Go buy all those teams. But LSU is the winningest active coach in college football, the leading returning passer in all of college football, just bought the best portal class in the country, and has a ton returning, including Whit Weeks, Harold Perkins, both coming off of injury, your leading returning receiver from a year ago, and Aaron Anderson. Okay. All right. Yeah. 8.5. Mm-hmm. First morsel of truth coming out today, courtesy of Pro Football Focus. There's going to be more to come. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.